No, this is not the part where I talk about the plot of the movie. If you want to find out about the plot of the movie itself, watch the movie, no matter how much it sucked. This is the part where I talk about what I thought about the plot. With The Devil Inside, nothing really shocked me. I saw everything coming. I mean, some parts were shocking, when the guy blew his brains out. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen when he drowned the baby, which I also knew was going to happen. But I knew he was going to kill himself. But just seeing it happen, seeing it take place, it's like, oh my god! It's just, I expected, you know, something a little less, this is what's going to happen. If you know anything about paranormal movies or possession movies, you're going to know exactly what's going to happen at exactly what rate, to who, and why. As far as the acting goes, I have to give credit where credit is due. They did an incredible job. I felt like I was watching a documentary and not a movie, and not just people running around with cameras who don't know what they're doing. I feel it was pretty obvious that the girl that was in the basement that was possessed was a contortionist. The things she did with her body were amazing. And the movie felt real, even though I kind of knew what was going to happen, as I stated in my plot review. But that could have a lot to do with the fact that I've had a lot of exposure to horror movies and the paranormal outside of horror movies. Okay, if you've seen or heard or read anything about The Devil Inside, you know that it's filmed as a documentary. And I get it, the whole discovered footage thing is kind of popular right now. That doesn't mean that I personally have to like it. I mean, yes, a film that is done with, handheld camcorders, and I understand that you can make a movie look scarier if the footage is grainy. And you could do a lot more anticipation when the the room is dark most of the time and you don't see anything, so that when the camera pans around just right, you catch a glimpse of something, and you were sitting in the dark for so long and it's like, oh my god. But I feel like a normally filmed horror movie can scare a person just as effectively without having to rely on cheap tactics. I mean, I enjoy watching the Slender Man series on YouTube, but I don't want to go to a movie theater and pay $10 to see something that I'm getting for free off of YouTube. I feel like that's a waste of money. I hated the way this movie ended. No, it's not that I was surprised. It wasn't some kind of shocking ending. I knew it was going to happen. My problem is they left questions unanswered. Like, what did the priest do that made the demons, uh, talk to him like they did, or say the things they did to him? And maybe they were trying to, leave an opening for a sequel a la Paranormal Activity. But this movie has gotten such horrible reviews. I really don't see that happening. Like, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 5%. And we can all agree that 5% is a really bad rating, even from Rotten Tomatoes. My feelings about this movie are all pretty meh. I feel like it wasn't a great movie. It's not the worst horror movie I've ever seen, but I feel like the hype for it was so much more than it needed to be. So out of 5 drops of blood, I can only give it 2. I feel like it was a pretty bad movie, and I don't know how it made as much money as it did. It could have a lot to do with the fact that it didn't cost much to make it, and that it got a lot of hype. But I didn't pay to watch it. I don't recommend anyone else actually paying to watch it. Wait till it comes on like FearNet or something. That's the level to which I feel this movie's watchability is. Next week's horror movie review will be Paranormal Activity 3, the third in an installment of pretty decent paranormal movies. If you've seen Paranormal Activity 3, leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of the movie. And if you disagree with my review of Devil Inside, leave a comment below telling me what you think the movie was like. We'll see you next week. My name's Sabrina, and this has been Horror Review.